come on, we can't actually get any hypertrophy with isometrics, right? Right? Yes, but it's not the type of hypertrophy you're thinking of. The hypertrophy that most of us are used to nowadays was called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. But what we're going to talk about today is called myofibrillar hypertrophy. And that's the type of hypertrophy that we get with overcoming isometric training. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much to our NoLimitSquad patrons for supporting our channel for as little as $1 a month. I really appreciate it. And with that, let's get into it. With sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, the sarcoplasm refers to the fluid and non-contractile components within muscle fibers, including glycogen, water, and other cellular elements. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy involves an increase in the volume of this fluid and non-contractile material. This type of hypertrophy is typically stimulated by training with moderate to high rep ranges. For dynamic training, around 8 to 12 repetitions or more, where the emphasis is on metabolic stress and achieving that pump that we all know and love. During sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, there is an expansion of the sarcoplasmic compartments within muscle fibers. This results in a larger muscle size and a more bulky appearance due to the increased fluid content. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is associated with endurance-based resistance training and bodybuilding style workouts that induce metabolic fatigue. Exercises like bicep curls, leg extensions, and lateral raises are examples of movements that often target sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Myofibrillar hypertrophy is a type of muscle hypertrophy, which refers to the increase in the size and cross-sectional area of muscle fibers. It occurs as a result of resistance training and is one of the mechanisms through which muscles adapt and grow in response to exercise. Specifically, myofibrillar hypertrophy involves an increase in the size and number of myofibrils within muscle fibers. Myofibrils are the contractile units of muscle cells and are composed of sarcomeres, which are the basic functional units of muscle contraction. Each sarcomere consists of actin and myosin filaments, which slide past each other during muscle contractions. When you engage in resistance training, such as lifting weights or isometric exercises that involve a lot of force, your muscle experiences mechanical tension. This tension leads to microscopic damage within muscle fibers, triggering a process of repair and adaptation. In response to this damage, the body increases the number and thickness of myofibrils within the muscle fibers. This ultimately leads to an increase in muscle fiber size and overall muscle mass. Myofibrillar hypertrophy is often associated with an increase in muscular strength and power, as the increased myofibrils contribute to improved force production and contractile ability within the muscle fibers. This type of hypertrophy is typically promoted by lifting heavy weights with lower repetitions and higher resistance, emphasizing the mechanical tension that triggers these types of adaptations. It's worth noting though that there are different types of muscle hypertrophy. Great stuff, right? High tension, high forces are going to trigger that type of myofibrillar hypertrophy. This is the type of hypertrophy that Bruce Lee and the Mighty Atom had. Totally different ball game. A great example of this in modern day is exactly who you saw in the thumbnail. Vladimir Shmondenko, hopefully I didn't butcher his name, also known to all of us today as Anatoly the Powerlifter, goes around pranking people in his janitor suit. He doesn't look like he's strong. If you look at his physique though, you can see he's super cut up. He's 5'11" and he only weighs 172 pounds. But as we know on the channel, size doesn't always equal strength. He trains in the higher end of the force velocity curve. If you haven't seen the video on the force velocity curve and isometrics and how you get strong for your size, here's a link right here. Go ahead and check that out. Highly informative, and it displays exactly how OI works. Not sure if he practices OI, but his type of hypertrophy is definitely myofibrillar. But what are your thoughts? Did this make sense? Does this type of hypertrophy make sense now? Go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And if you're not yet part of the squad, hit that subscribe button. Come join the squad with us. We'll see you next video. Peace.